Welcome back, folks. Sport Federation TV, it's nice to have you along. And of course, as you know, we look after the sports in the Western Cape. And as you know as well, it is Women's Month. And one of the top sports leaders come through the ranks. Inspirational at a local level, inspirational at provincial level, and now inspirational at a national level. Sarah Braude joins me on the line right now from Women's Golf South Africa. She's the president of Women's Golf South Africa. Sarah, it's great to have you on the line.
Thank you so much, JP, and hello to everybody who's watching this great program. Great to be here. Thank you.
Did I sum it up right? Did I spell it out correctly? You started off at a district level, provincial level. Well, you probably started off at club level, and now you're sitting national level.
Yes, it was quite a journey. You know, I never played golf as a youngster. I was introduced to the game much later in life. And that has actually been my passion, is to introduce golf to women and to use golf as a platform for them to excel and achieve. And from my side, yes, it did start at Western Province, or Women's Golf Western Province in 2011. And then I served a 6-year term there, 3 years of which was as president. And we went through the amalgamation process to form Western Province Golf. And after that, I was elected into vice president of Women's Golf South Africa. And now recently in April, by video conference, if I could say, president of Women's Golf South Africa. So yes, it has been a journey, but a journey of passion as well.
If I look back over the last 6 years, I've seen some incredible stuff that you guys have done, and I just look, for example, at some of the development clinics that you maybe, for example, did at the Riverside Golf Club, or driving range at least. We looked at the Must Love Golf, Girls Love Golf. I mean, you've got to put me on the right track here, but if I go back, it was definitely milestone on milestone on milestone, not even to mention the young ladies that have come through the ranks and have represented South Africa locally, well, provincially, locally, and internationally.
Most definitely. You know, it was a start some 10 years ago in terms of the development programs. And certainly at Western Province, a key drive there to expand the program that was run largely by volunteers. And I'll talk about that just now, but we expanded the program. We rolled it out not only to equip girls with the skills of playing the sport, but also to give them life skills. And we certainly met a number of times whilst I was at Western Province, but as I said, it's part of a national program that's been rolled out. And if I may just say, nationally, there are 56 coaching points. Each one of those are free to any young girl who would like to learn to play golf. But nationally, we've got 500 girls in the program at any one time. And the most phenomenal thing is that from the development programs, they get a handicap, they become club members, and then they go into junior squads. And from that, we identify the talent at a national level. And what's really exciting is that the top-ranked girls in the country have all come through a development program within their communities.
One of the things that you've pointed out there is accessibility. I mean, you clearly identified that for the program to be successful, for women's golf to be successful, it has to be accessible. I think a lot of people would imagine that golf is a very expensive sport and it's out of reach. But what you're telling me is that it's accessible, it's affordable, and that you've come up with practical ways to encourage young ladies to start the sport.
Most definitely. That's the key. You know, removing the barriers as such to play a sport are vital. And certainly the program, there's no charge. A lot of the development nodes also provide equipment for the girls, so one doesn't have to arrive all kitted out. There are a lot of schools-based initiatives that are run by the unions. And at that point, just to mention that, you know, this is a collective effort. Yeah. There are a lot of volunteers involved. There are obviously the coaches involved, a lot of schools involved, a lot of clubs involved. So there are many different kind of partnerships, if I could put it that way, that deliver this program. But it's due to a lot of hard effort on the ground. And girls, as anybody will know, go through an age where they want to look at other sports or play team sports, and that's great.
Yeah.
Team sports are very important in terms of the overall development of a youngster. But they seem to continue playing golf. And as I said, some go on to represent their provinces, which is really exciting. And at a national level, to see them come through and then to go onto the world stage, wow, that's really is amazing.
We've heard that now. We've spoken to Annelie Lucas tonight, the head coach of the Western Cape Stings. We spoke to Shamise Dolly from Western Cape Cycling, senior international administrator. We spoke to Anne van der Merwe, the president of Eden Kickboxing, and we spoke to Lisa du Plessis, a 5-time world champion, 5-time world record breaker in transplant sport. All women at the top of their pile, and they pretty much had the same thing to say, at least, that you have to be committed, you have to work hard, and you have to be really passionate about what you do.
Most definitely. And my point of reference, as I said, was I wasn't introduced to the sport. I played other sports as a youngster. And certainly that's what drives me. And also around seeing more women break through barriers and become seek sustainable careers in the sport. All too often we look at the professional side of the game, and that most certainly is a key focus. But we also need to focus on women taking up a career in the industry as well, be it in terms of club management, be it around agronomy, be it around training, etc. There are so many opportunities that sport brings to people, but especially in the golf industry as well.
Sarah, we're going to leave it at that. Final words from you in Women's Month for other women that are looking at you and saying they want to be just like you.
Sure. I'm honored if you say that, but I think it is a case of being committed to the goal, having people working alongside you, a collective team effort. And if I may also just say that, and I know time is short, but just to mention, coincidentally, it being Women's Month, the US Women's Amateur was played last week, and 2 girls, Kajal Mystery and Kaylee Telfer, who are products of the development program, made it qualified for the US Women's Amateur. And those are dreams that are becoming reality. They came through the development program, and there are so many other youngsters that are following in their footsteps. Kaylin McNabb, Kayla Williams, who is a Western Province player, Zetu Mieki, who's now on the professional circuit. These are exciting times for women, and we can only keep going forward stronger and keep focused on the goal.
We'll, of course, follow the progress of your young ladies, and we look forward to catching up with you soon, and say to you, stay safe out there.
Thank you so much, JP, and thank you to everybody watching. And please, golf is the most amazing sport. All sport is fantastic, but I do have golf as my favorite, and it brings so many life skills and so many opportunities. Girls, women, please give it a try. You won't be disappointed.
There we go, folks. Sarah Braude, President of Women's Golf South Africa. She's from the Cape Town area, from the Western Cape, came through the ranks, has made an absolute success in the world of sports administration, and there you have it firsthand. I mean, what a success story. Free women's golf, managed by women and funded by women. It's an incredible story for sport in South Africa.